On this walk, we can feed our faith or feed our flesh. We can feed our flesh the things of this world. We can feed it fear and doubt. We can feed it worldly music or pride. We can feed it the love of money. We can feed it self-reliance. This is what we can feed our flesh, and it is like a monster. You know, the flesh, sin, it multiplies. It's like when you throw water on a gremlin, it gets real big. Now let's talk about, what are we feeding our faith? Are we feeding it what it hungers for, the word each day, or are we starving our faith? Faith must grow. Are we feeding it consistency on this walk? Are we feeding it worship and praise? Are we feeding it focusing on the Lord? You know, faith becomes exhausted, and it gradually grows weak when we focus on the things of this world without focusing on the Lord, without meditating on the word. True focus here. 11:1, Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the, I don't like that one, I like this one. King James says it the best. NIV says, now faith is the confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. What I love of King James is it says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. It calls faith a substance, which is really what it is. You know, faith, it comes from God. Faith is not a thing of this world, you know, and faith actually does grow. It's something, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Faith is an actual evidence of what you can't even see. That's how miraculous faith is. It comes before the thing that you can actually see. Faith is greater than that which is tangible. You know, our faith must be fed. Our faith in every promise of God. You know, when we focus on tangible things and when we focus on the things of this world, we don't need faith for that. We don't need faith. And there are many who proclaim Jesus as Lord, who build their lives in a way that they don't need faith. You know, it's easy to say, I love you, Jesus, when you have everything you need in your hands. That's why the word says that. You know, it's harder for a rich man to go to heaven than for a camel to get through the eye of a needle. Because think about it. If you had everything you've ever needed, like, why would you have need to really go to the Lord, Why do we think so many only come to him when they really need something, when everything's falling apart? That's when the true faith comes, right? And it's all about actually staying in that place. This world has a great way to deceive us in that it will give you its comforts. Even the enemy will give you its comforts, because when you rely on the tangible, when you rely on the things of this world, you know, you put your faith in that. You know, you believe in what you can see, which is not true faith. Faith is believing in what is unseen, you know, and because we can't serve two masters, the more that you can see, you know, the more that you're taken care of by this world, do you not feel the necessity that you should need to be taken care of by the Lord? The more you can rely upon yourself, then why would you need to, you know, you may say with your mouth, oh, but I still need the Lord, but really in your heart, you don't feel the need to rely on the Lord. Why would a rich man rely on anything but his riches? Okay. And not to say that none of them do. There are wealthy believers, you know, with a true faith. I'm not to judge specifics, but I'm speaking in generalities here. You know, the more of this world within us, the less of God within us. The word tells us that he who makes friendship with this world makes enmity with God. It's one or the other, and God wouldn't tempt us. So it's important that we're aware of really what we're feeding our faith, of what we're feeding our flesh, because every single day with every choice we make, we are feeding one or the other.